All right, everyone to your places.
We're ready in here, sir.
How are we in the studio?
Stand by, sir. Hit the lights.
Yes, sir. Striking.
Quiet on the set, please. We're on in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
Buenas noches, soy Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
Buenas noches, and what do you say?
Wait, you're speechless now? You're never speechless. This guy always talks.
Well, sometimes, you never know. Here we go with our Memorial Day show, 2017 version, our last show in May for 2017. Memorial Day is right around the corner, so we hope you're making preparations for that. And we're glad that you're there. So here we go with our usual lineup of stuff, our news and community bulletin board segments. Adele Quo is here with
It's Easy Being Green.
Indeed it is. CBB, as I mentioned. A roll-in talking about cats and clouds from our notorious Trying to Be Weather Lady, our News for Seniors segment. And,
she's awesome.
A roll-in with our very own Styrofoam Mom, another installment of her Sustainable Scoop, Miriam Gennari. And that's our show. But before we go, a social media reminder from Senior Pineda.
Absolutely, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And everyone, the number one.
1-1.
Also, facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Craig, on to the news.
On to the news. Well, we're having such a good time here. I hate to bring you all down, but we have a serious reminder here for you. First of our news items, an attempted car chase resulted in an injured police officer and a driver with serious injuries. On Wednesday afternoon, May 17, police tried to stop driver 28-year-old Daniel Boak on I-395. A license plate hit alerted the police to a misdemeanor arrest warrant. After police indicated for him to stop, he kept driving. When police officers finally cornered him on near Glebe Road, Boak hit an officer on foot, slamming him against another vehicle. In response, police fired on Boak. The officer survived, however, but Boak later died at the hospital. Daniel.
Well, Craig County Police need your help to find a missing teen. On Tuesday, May the 9th, 16-year-old Jessica Bears was last seen leaving a bus at North Pershing Drive and North Thomas Street in Buckingham. She is a Hispanic girl with brown eyes, long curly brown hair, and a fair complexion. She's about 5'3" tall and around 132 pounds. At her last sighting, she wore dark blue jeans and black shoes. Call 703-228-5749 or email ccook@arlingtonva.us if you can help. Craig.
Also in our news file, the primary elections for Virginia's governor and lieutenant governor are a few weeks away, coming up on June 13. Current Governor Terry McAuliffe cannot run because of a law that provides governors from holding consecutive terms. Absentee voting is available now until Saturday, June 10th. And then on Tuesday, June 13th, the polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can visit vote.arlingtonva.us. Information should be on your screen for more details, including voting locations and ID requirements. The general election will be held June 7. The ballot will cover governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, county board, school board, and also some congressional seats. Daniel.
Well, Craig, I'm sure you marked your calendars. Monday, May the 29th will be Memorial Day. County government offices, courts, libraries, and other facilities will all be closed. Meter parking won't be enforced. The pool hours at Wakefield, Washington, Lee, and Yorktown will run from noon until 6 p.m.
And finally, in our news items, well, in the past several months, landmarks around Arlington County and in the country in general have been renamed. The same may happen to an iconic Arlington highway. Jefferson Davis Highway may see a name change if the City of Alexandria-based ad hoc advisory group on renaming Jeff Davis Highway gets its way. The city wants to replace the name because it honors a Confederate politician. Alexandria wants to coordinate its activities with Arlington in case they decide to bring their proposal to the Commonwealth's government in Richmond. Let's look at our news items, such as they are. We'll be back with our CBB file right after Adele and another installment of
It's Easy Being Green. Hey, we sounded pretty good.
Pretty good on that
All
one.
right, thanks
Here's
for the wonderful
Adele.
welcome. Hi, my name's Adele Quo, and Joe Treefrog and I, we are super excited to invite everyone to this year's 15th annual Arlington Green Home and Garden Tour on Sunday, June 4th from 1 to 5 p.m. 17 of Arlington's most environmentally friendly homes and gardens shake out their welcome mats and throw open their doors to invite you in and get inspired to green up your home and garden. Joe says you gotta go if 1, you like to see stuff you never get to see. Here's the opportunity to get up close and personal look at diverse, cutting-edge green home and stormwater-wise garden practices. Joe says you gotta go, number 2, if you're interested to talk with amazing people in the know. They've gone through the process and willing to share their stories about 2 awesome county programs, the Green Home Choice and Stormwater Wise Landscapes. Joe says you gotta go if number 3, you like getting ideas and picking up resources for your next Green Home and Stormwater Wise garden project. Joe and I got the inside scoop on one of the gardens on the tour this year. Let's sneak a peek into a new and recent out-of-the-ordinary landscape project on this year's tour. Regardless if you're a history buff, learn more about the Ball Sellers House located at 5620 3rd Street South, the oldest residence in Arlington. The owners, the Arlington Historical Society, participated in the Stormwater Wise program to receive advice from county staff on how to protect the home's original foundation from a sump pump that was routinely pumping water from around the cellar walls and dumping it into the side yard. The unique garden solution designed by Edward Callahan, Landscape and Design Build, pays homage to the historical home while featuring a modern rain garden with conservation landscaping and native plantings. Only recently planted a few weeks ago, the new rain garden not only protects the home's original foundation, estimated to be built around 1742, but this garden is pollinator friendly to our birds, bees, and butterflies. 2 tour options include either a self-guided tour or a guided cycling option that will start at 1:30 p.m. Pre-registration and the tour guide is available at arlingtonenvironment.org. Sponsored by Arlingtonians for a Clean Environment, that's ACE, and the Arlington County Department of Environmental Services and Bike Arlington, we hope you'll join Joe Treefrog and myself on Arlington's most environmentally friendly home and garden tour on Sunday, June 4th from 1 to 5 p.m. See you there.
Man, that garden is so beautiful, Adele. Very good
It's
visual.
very special.
Yeah, very special. Right, Fred?
And the Ball Sellers House is a pretty unique place, too. Indeed.
Exactly. Have you
good.
been?
A long, long time ago, but I haven't been there recently. But I know it was a hot item on between the county and the owners and everything else.
Yeah.
I think they finally got it all sorted out.
Yep. I mean, it's really old.
It is very old. Okay, thanks, Adele.
Thank
We
you, Adele.
appreciate it for your
Great
efforts
story.
on our Easy Being Green segment. Here we go now, as promised, our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Well, on Thursday, June 2, the Aurora Hills Branch Library will be holding an event they call Toy Palooza. They'll have Legos, puzzles, puppets, Duplos, and a train set all out in the children's room. This is a free, FREE free event intended for children including preschoolers, elementary school-age children, and middle schoolers and their families. So you single adults will need to buy your own and bring your own toys to play with them if you would like to do so. That's just, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Daniel.
Toy Palooza.
Toy
You
Palooza.
can't go wrong, Craig. It's free, right?
It's free.
Well, Craig, if you're wondering where to buy the freshest ingredients for your potluck provisions, then consider visiting some of the farmers markets around town. The Marymount University Farmers Market opens on Saturday, that's May the 27th. It boasts having only local vendors, that is, food providers who grow or make their products within a 125-mile radius of Arlington. Visit their website, that's marymountfarmersmarket.org, for more information. The Community Food Works Farmers Market and Courthouse also meets on Saturdays. The location is 14th Street North and North Courthouse Road. You can learn more at their website. That's community-foodworks.org/Arlington-courthouse-market. Craig.
Also, we'll be back with our News for Seniors file coming up. Stick around. News for Seniors is just around the corner right after we hear from Andrea and Karen, our erstwhile weather ladies, as they talk about cats and clouds.
Some people think that dogs are man's best friends, but everybody loves cats. I'm here with Andrea. Andrea is the Assistant Foster Coordinator for King Street Cats. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Well, tell me, what brings you to the Green Festival today?
Well, any opportunity we can take to get publicity for our rescue. King Street Cats, we're located in Alexandria on Dove Street. We are a free-roaming, no-kill cat rescue, and we are 100% volunteer run.
Wow, so when the cats come, they stay until they find a home forever?
They will stay forever. We actually had our longest term resident, Maxie, she'd been with us for close to 5 years. She was just adopted out about a month ago. For anybody that's looking to surrender, we ask them to email us at contact@kingstreetcats.org, and they will hear back. We have a long waiting list. We get cats from various places. We pull from a lot of the kill shelters in the area. So they will email our director, and when there are cats whose time is up, they will contact us and see if we have room to take them. A lot of cats are found on the street. 2 of the fosters we have over there were found by themselves. So we took them in as they were little kittens. We took them in, and we have them in foster. Midnight was with her siblings, and her dad was unable to take care of her anymore. So they contacted us, and we took Midnight and her siblings in, and we're looking to find them some good homes. We are always looking for volunteers, whether it be to caregivers, adoption counselors, fosters. If they want to check out our website, kingstreetcats.org, we have a list of orientation sessions that are upcoming, and they can come in and find out. They can email us if they want to get information, contact@kingstreetcats.org to find out when our next sessions are, and we would be more than happy to take more volunteers.
For a while there, people would sometimes talk about buying a flashy new car or a gigantic house in order to impress others. These things were known as status symbols. Well, here's a symbol everyone can afford. It's a Stratus symbol, and it looks like this. I admit it's not very impressive, but at least it's free, and it's a symbol for a certain kind of cloud formation. You probably knew I'd get around to something like that sooner or later. A stratus cloud is a low-level cloud with horizontal layers. Seen from the ground, they sometimes just look like a gray sky. As with cumulus clouds, they can be formed from water droplets, supercooled water droplets, or ice crystals. They are not terribly dynamic in nature and are sometimes associated with prolonged periods of drizzle or light snow. There are some variants. Cirrostratus clouds are the higher level, ice crystal version, formed as warm, moist air rises to a colder temperature. They can produce the appearance of a halo around the moon. Allostratus clouds are the mid-level version, and they are heavier and more opaque. Nimbostratus clouds are found at a lower level and produce a heavier rain, but of shorter duration. Like the other stratus clouds, they appear as a steady gray, and they aren't much to look at. I'll introduce you to some other clouds later. Meanwhile, keep your eye on the sky and get to know your cloud.
All right, Karen Aguilar.
Great job as always.
Our weather lady, talking about clouds, and then some discussion on cats before that, and rain.
We have rain.
Clouds
What's going on
and rain. We need a weather map for that weather lady there. We'll have to work on that.
Weather lady.
It's in the fiscal
Karen.
budget for next fiscal year. The weather lady Karen. Thanks, Karen, and Miriam and Andrea for that, and to Half Munson as well for all the production efforts on cats and clouds. Here we go. Now, as promised, our News for Seniors segment. I need you, you need me, the young, the old, and what we can do and achieve together, quoting now, end quote, is the title of a May 2017 report from Generations United in collaboration with the Eisner Foundation. The report documents resulting vibrancy, energy, and sheer productivity when people of all ages come together so that age diversity is regarded as an asset that can be harnessed to improve communities. There are many benefits for people participating in intergenerational programs, and get your pencils and papers out. We're about to list them for you here. For kids and young people, The social skills improve. They improve their social skills. They receive emotional support. Their self-esteem increases. School attendance, behavior, and performance improve. They learn to make safe and healthy choices. They learn about the past. Their perception of elders changes, and for the better, and they make friends and have fun. And now with Generations 3 for seniors, here's Daniel.
Well, for seniors, Craig, they become less isolated and feel less lonely. Their mood and self-esteem improve. They gain skills and knowledge. They get more exercise. They receive practical assistance. Their perception of young people change for the better, and they make friends and have fun. For more information about the benefits of intergenerational programs, download a copy of the 27-page report from the Generations United website. That's at gu.org.
Also in our News for Seniors segment, well, hearing loss is a sudden or gradual decrease in how well you can hear and is one of the most common conditions affecting older adults. About 1 in 3 people between the ages of 65 and 74, and almost half of those older than 75, have some sort of hearing loss. This can make it hard to understand and follow a doctor's advice, hard to respond to warnings or hear doorbells or alarms, or even enjoy conversations with friends and family. If you answered yes to any of these, or to 3 or more of them, then you have some hearing loss. So you can do something about that. Do you sometimes feel embarrassed when you meet new people because you struggle to hear? Do you feel frustrated when talking to members of your family because you have difficulty hearing them? Or do you have difficulty hearing when someone speaks in a whisper? Another question, does a hearing problem cause you to argue with family members? Also, they're asking, do you have trouble hearing the TV or the radio levels, and because they're turned up or might be annoying to others? Do you feel that any difficulty with your hearing limits your personal or social life? And do you have trouble hearing family or friends when you are together in a restaurant? With more on hearing loss, here's Senor Pineda.
Well, Craig, hearing loss happens for different reasons, including viral and bacterial infections, sustained exposure to loud noises, heart conditions or stroke, head injuries, tumors, and certain medicines. Sometimes it runs in families. A combination of hearing aids, cochlea implants, assisted listening devices, and lip reading or speech reading techniques can help. Contact your physician or audiologist for professional medical advice. Also tell friends and family so they can help by collaborating to make it easier for you to hear them. For more information, contact the National Institute of Deafness and other communications disorders at the website nidcd.nih.gov/health/hearing-loss-older-adults. Or give them a call, toll-free voice, that's 800-241-1044, toll-free TTY 800-241-1055, a lot of numbers and emails there. Or you can just email them at nidcd.info@nidcd.nih.gov. A lot of numbers and letters there.
You throw in a tiny URL in there too as well.
So many. All
That's
right.
good. All right. Thank you. Gracias, Senor Pineda.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. We'll be back with sign off and bye-bye right after we hear from Miriam Gennari again in another installment of her Sustainable Scoop. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. When the unsinkable Barbara Mikulski decided to retire her seat in Maryland, we heard about 2 candidates. We heard about Chris Van Hollen and we heard about Donna Edwards. But one candidate that was on the ballot that we didn't get to hear from is joining me today. Joining me is Margaret Flowers. She's a pediatrician, she's an activist, she was a political candidate, and now you are the co-director of
Popular Resistance.
Popular
.org.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks so much for being with us. I'll start off by saying I'm a huge fan.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. It's been great getting to know you tonight.
Well, you don't know how many people you're reaching. I know a lot of people who've heard you speak, and they've actually seen you be arrested in an attempt to speak. But today, I just want people to better understand you as a woman, as a mother, and as a physician. Why are you a member of the Green Party?
Well, this has, been a long journey of figuring out how do we create political change in this country. And, we have two major political parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, who really dominate. And they're not, in so many issues, they're not doing the solutions that we need. And so we need parties that are pushing the agenda, that have a platform that represents what it is that the people want, and that can be there to challenge those major parties, to push them and hopefully win some seats, which we do. We win some seats.
Well, we would have been great to have you in the Senate right now, because a lot of the issues that you're passionate about are being discussed. For example, health care.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about your position on that.
Sure. Well, as a pediatrician, it was really pretty clear to me that our healthcare system is not about health. And so I've been advocating for a national improved Medicare for all or single-payer healthcare system that takes the profit out of it. Like many other industrialized nations, it creates a universal publicly funded system so that health is the bottom line. And this is good for patients, it's good for health professionals to be able to just focus on what their patients need. And so it's an exciting time because we have legislation in the House, we have a bill that's going to be introduced soon in the Senate by Senator Sanders, and we have a real groundswell across the country of people supporting that right now.
It's true. It's great to hear a debate happening.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that's important in debate is information, and that leads me to another topic that you're talking about, net neutrality. Tell us what people need to know about that topic that they don't hear on the campaign trail.
Well, we have net neutrality now, and that's because of a fight in 2014 and 2015 that pushed the Federal Communications Commission to reclassify the internet as a common carrier. Think of it as like a public bus or a utility line that's coming into your house. When you have a common carrier, there can't be any discrimination. You have access to all of the information there. The telecoms, the cable companies are trying to change that, and actually the current head of the FCC is taking steps right now to roll back net neutrality.
And where's his background?
Well, he is a former Verizon lawyer and lives in Arlington, Ajit Pai, if people want to know who's at the bottom of this. He's introducing rules to roll back net neutrality on May 18th. This is important because if the telecoms control the content on the internet, they'll drown out the independent media, and all we'll be able to access is the commercial media. Entrepreneurs that want to start online businesses are going to be facing huge hurdles, and just people who want to access information won't have, they'll be discriminated against based on how much you can pay.
Gratefully, it was independent media that brought your voice out to so many people because it was stifled during the debates.
That's right.
And it's really critical right now as we talk about our country and its future and the possibility of going to war. We need to have more ideas and voices. So what are your positions on some of these international issues?
Yeah, well, as a Green Party candidate, and the Green Party platform really supports, upholding international law, respecting the sovereignty of other nations, and finding peaceful diplomatic solutions. And so I worry with the current President Trump, who, loves the military so much that he wants to bomb more countries and was willing to, drop a huge bomb on Afghanistan. We're really urging instead to have dialogue and to engage with the leaders of other countries and seek diplomatic solutions to the crises that we're facing.
I'm excited that so many women are finally getting invigorated and involved, and one of the things that they fear is the idea of running for office. So not only have you had the courage to do that, which I'm very grateful, but also you're embracing independent media, and tell me about that.
Well, thank you. So Popular Resistance is a daily movement news website that people can access, and then we have a radio show, Clearing the Fog Radio, that people can hear online at weactradio.com. But I think I agree with you, it's so important. The issues that we're all talking about are the issues that the majority of people care about, and one thing I found on the campaign trail is that people are just really hungry for this dialogue and for this debate and to hear about real solutions, and independent media gives that.
Well, but I think what it also does is give someone a chance to know someone intimately. You're not this crazy person that's trying to muck up the system. You're actually a very elegant educated and articulate woman. You're a mother of 3.
That's right.
Can you just tell me just something about each of your children?
Well, I have 3, as you said, children. My oldest son, Jack, is doing his PhD at University of Maryland at College Park. I'm really proud of him because he's very passionate about climate issues, and he's doing his PhD in an area to address that. My daughter Claire goes to school in upstate New York, and she's studying psychology. She really wants to do therapy, particularly with children, and is very interested in gender issues. And then my youngest son is doing computer engineering at Drexel and wants to, use that as a force for change. So I'm really proud of them.
So there you are, just a regular mom changing the world and inspiring your children. So how do people find out more about you?
Well, the best place to go is popularresistance.org. Sign up for the Daily Digest, look at the various campaigns that we're running, and get involved. And moms are natural at this. So I urge all moms to just get involved. You're already doing it every day.
I also want to tell everyone to Google you. So I want you to Google Margaret Flowers, and you will find all kinds of information about her successes and her challenges. And I know that you'll support her as I do. Thanks so much for watching. That's what independent media is about. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam.
Another installment of her Sustainable Scoop. We appreciate it, as always. And that's our show. Before we go, anything?
Memorial Day, right?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yes. Rolling Thunder, come on.
Memorial Day and Rolling Thunder. Get out there if you have a chance to see all those Harleys roll by.
It's about to get serious.
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder. And we should tip our hats and give a salute out to the loss of our one of the great 007s, Roger Moore, Sir Roger Moore.
Sir Roger Moore
passed away, and he was, I guess, the second 007, wasn't he? Is that right, Bill?
Yeah. The original was Sean Connery.
Sean Connery was great. Yep. And so we'll miss Sir Roger Moore. Absolutely. He was great. Also, he was the Saint. Did you know that?
And you know that he's actually older than Sean Connery. He's 89.
He was
Sean
89.
Connery is 86.
Yeah, he was 89.
Who's your favorite James Bond, by the way?
James Bond. My James Bond for me is always Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery is the original.
Sean Connery was the James Bond. Okay, anything? How are we doing down there on our?
We're
gonna have a green weekend.
We're always green. Every day is green.
We gotta go. Okay, we're getting the hook.
We're getting
the hook.
this.
Thanks, Mr. Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
That's a wrap for this Memorial Day edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Thank you for joining us next week. If you're there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe Memorial Day and a safe week. Bye-bye.